3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Harlot and the Witch podcast with your co-host, the Harlot
and the Witch. Today we have a special conversation for y'all. Very, very special. Tell us, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about the highly talked about, currently trending. The one that be at parties and in the streets. Maybe he'll be beneath your shoes.
Ooh. Diddy.
Diddy's. No Diddy. Diddy's allegations.
Uh-huh.
We're going to be talking about that on multiple aspects of what he's facing and what he's going through.
Talk to us. And if you hear some noise in the background, this harlot don't know how to do laundry. So
I told you to pause it.
She don't know how to do laundry. So what we're going to do is try to let the machine do its thing.
Oh, it's doing something. It's talking to you.
But from when I'm looking at the peaking on this, it's not too terrible. But I have a new video out on my other channel to help her do her laundry. I'll leave that in the description below for those of you who need help doing your laundry as well. You don't get beat down.
That's you see?
You see, I just
got right ugly.
Well, he made you, so he must like.
Which you're off the scale.
Listen, you are the scale. That's why they made the ugly scale. Come
Devil.
on, beat her down.
That's why that vein's popping out, coming right down.
Listen, at least that shows youth. We don't know what's popping out of her. Devils.
Which
that's
what's popping out of you is something.
What was in her was Diddy. So on that note, let's talk about it. What do you know about the situation, Harlot?
So it started from many years ago, but a lot of people didn't believe, of course, what was going on. Then we had the incident with the civil lawsuit from Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend of 10 years.
10 years.
Actress and singer.
Famous.
And she...
Singer.
So stupid. So it started with a civil lawsuit from his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who's also an actress and a singer. And it was a lawsuit where many things were filed. I won't say just in case if YouTube tries to take the video down, but you can go look it up on NBC News or PBS.org or other news sites of what multiple things she has claimed against him. And, you know, she won and got that money. Then also, what also ended up happening was he was having a lot of parties. Extravagant and enticing. He was having extravagant and enticing parties where he'd bring huge celebrities of people such as Jay-Z, Beyonce, Little Baby, The Baby, and much more artists. And a lot of artists also that he's taken under his wing and done some stuff with them, like Usher.
Ooh.
And Justin Bieber, allegedly.
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 We got to throw a lot of allegedlys in here, y'all know.
But we'll see when the truth comes out. And apparently he said he's documented everything so that way he can have, you know, just a look back on life. But it could be, you know, something else. Blackmail.
Uh-oh.
Just so you got to say something? Oh, okay, I got the video.
That's it.
You got something.
Y'all know how Hollywood is.
You got it from the back and you gave something. But from there, we looked into the video of Meek Mill.
Okay.
Saying, So if you haven't watched it, we'll try to put a clip in here of it.
If they let us. If they don't let us, then
go look on TikTok.
Go find it. It's there.
Yeah. And also he was in the pool and he was like, oh, daddy this. You're good, daddy. I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, he has a lot going against him. They raided his home in Los Angeles and Miami, trying to find evidence, and arrested his 2 sons. Justin and Christian Combs. I know for them that's a lot, having a gun pointed to you and then having guns around the area getting raided by Homeland Security investigations and the police. So it's a lot happening with him. It's pretty surreal in the sense of like, this is someone that you didn't expect, but you just had a feeling like, how is this all happening?
Right.
You know, but you had that feeling. You're just seeing, especially like even on the it was a show. I forgot the name of the show, but it's a show that Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart had, like the cooking show. And Usher was on there and Diddy was on there. And you can see how Usher was sweating and very uncomfortable to talk. And he just, like, to throw it off, he was just smiling and laughing, but sweating profusively while it was just everyone else was chill. So you can just tell in the atmosphere what was going on. But how are you in this situation? What do you believe? What do you not believe?
He's guilty of all charges. I'm just playing.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I believe that he definitely has done a lot of things over the course of his career. Just him being willing to pay off a large amount of hush money at the very beginning lets me know that
there's some truth.
You were wrong for the things you did to that woman, things she had to go through. And it's one thing if like one person says something about you, but for there to be so many people in the industry, not just producers and mix engineers and event planners and just different groups of people that all have different jobs in the entertainment industry, to have little stories about something that you do that's weird and not normal. At some point, it's not just people just making up stuff about you.
Right.
Because people can't have too many details about all these stories that are just made up in their head. Like, a lot of these events had to happen. And I really hope that a lot of the victims feel comfortable coming forward. I would love to hear Usher really just come forward and tell his story. Justin come forth and tell his story. Like all the other people who we don't even know their names of. Because what happens in Hollywood a lot of times is they promise all these up and coming artists something big. I can make you big. I can make you famous. I can do all this stuff. And then some weird stuff happens behind the scenes, and either they'll have one song that goes big, or they may never have a song that goes big. And they come back later down the line and talk about different things that happen. But a lot of times they don't even tell the whole story as to what happened to them.
Well, something may happen to them.
Right. So, and it's known in certain circles in the industry. This may dip into conspiracy theory to some of you, but it is very much known that there are weird things that people have to do for riches and for fame in Hollywood. And there are too many coincidences of a whole bunch of different groups of people that agree with it for it just to be whatever in people's minds. So I would say that I do think he is very much guilty of a lot of the things that he's doing. But I think he's going to get convicted, but I don't think they're going to catch him for a large majority of the things that he has done. Because I feel like even though they raided his home, and we talked about this a little bit in the car, when they raided his home, I know a lot of the private stuff that he has videos of and all that stuff, he don't have it at that house. He has it on some other files off the systems and off grids and stuff like that. Like, he has that maybe in some other cloud, some other place, but I highly, highly doubt they're going to catch a lot of that stuff. Because I don't think he's a stupid person. And for him to do this for so long, I'm pretty sure he has accumulated so much evidence in so many videos of so many different people.
Tell me about it.
All the parties that he's had. They confiscate your phone, but he still has his things. So
secret cameras.
Secret videos. And I just feel bad overall for the victims. And a lot of people, when they go through these things, don't report it. And I'm going to just say allegedly here, a lot of people who go through SA don't report it, especially men in the industry and men in general.
And there was a lot in this case.
And so there's a lot of allegations allegedly for him and a lot of other men in the industry
taking part in some physical activities.
Yes, like we said, go check out that meat meal video.
You'll see what I'm saying.
You'll see some audio. Okay, Churro, I need you to calm down, Churro. We have the animals around us now
so
for those watching
shaky.
the video. So if it's shaky, they're messing with the tripod. But yeah, that's how I feel overall. I kind of feel bad for the victims. And I also hope that people are able to come forth, because the truth of the matter is the more people that come forth and tell their truth, the more likely it is for him to get the proper sentence in whatever he needs. But if they don't come forth,
he's going to be getting off.
He's going to get off with a lot of things.
But also it'll help other people that has experienced the same thing in that category with different individuals, like the Dan Snyder situation. And it'll be other producers and artists and in general just different people that'll be able to come forth.
But I have a theory. This is a small theory of mine. I think that another reason why Diddy may not get his due punishment or due justice, if it comes forth that all these things are done, is because there are different people in Hollywood that are known as gatekeepers.
He's definitely one.
And to many, he's a gatekeeper. But I don't think he's the only gatekeeper that has done these things.
Oh, of course.
And I feel like once they unveil, why do y'all like messing with this tripod? I feel like when they unveil, if they're able to unveil a lot of that, there's a lot of these other gatekeepers that are going to get dragged down. And that's when a lot of this stuff is really going to blow up. Because what Cat Williams said at the beginning of the year, this is the year for people to get exposed. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like Diddy is allegedly
the starting point,
a key gatekeeper in Hollywood, especially for black entertainers. So there are so many that don't rise to their potential because they're stopped by him, allegedly. So I think that if that happens, then you see the other gatekeepers. I have a theory in my mind that Jay-Z is a gatekeeper.
Oh, for sure.
And
allegedly.
And I think that if his name gets tied into all of this, that's when a lot of crazy stuff is going to be seen. It's going to be really, really seen. But that, I think, would get hushed so fast. Because y'all know how they are.
The 23rd or the 33rd.
Listen, you know, I like Beyonce's music and stuff like that. But, like, her and Jay-Z are, like, untouchables in a way in the industry. There are certain people in the industry that
you know not to mess with.
And they're so high up there, they're never going to get taken down if they did some crazy stuff. Because, you know, a lot of these people, like even Diddy's not an untouchable, but he's just a gatekeeper. There are certain gatekeepers, in my opinion, that are untouchables, that as soon as something even starts to get out, they'll shut all of that down on the media. You'll see it on Monday at 1 o'clock, and come 2 o'clock, y'all don't see nothing going on. So allegedly, that's just what I think is going to like possibly help him a little bit, is that if there's a potential that some of the other gatekeepers are going to get pulled into this thing is going to get nipped in the bud very quickly. But what's your opinion on the whole matter? Do you believe that he's guilty? Some of it, all of it? What's your opinion?
You know, I definitely think that he has some guiltiness to a lot of the actions that he's done. Not even just through that one video that we've seen with Meek Mill, but I feel like you just see through the actions and how he speaks in interviews with individuals and on radio shows. It's like, daddy this, daddy that. Like, no, like you're not straight. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But don't sit up here and do SA, you know, to individuals and trafficking and stuff like that. And then, you know, just try to hide all of it because it's going to come to the limelight. Like, if you like it, you like it. You do that, you do that. That's your business. Whatever happens in your personal home. But don't sit there and take it to the level of criminal activity. Especially if someone doesn't want it, don't give it, you know? That's it. You can go find somebody that wants it. That's all. So I do feel like he allegedly did it. And hopefully the untouchables don't come and try to hide it and cover it up. Hopefully it's something that he goes to prison and not jail. Prison.
Oh. Not prison.
Prison.
Not to see Bobo.
That'd be a nice punishment. Because I feel like he's used to getting what he wants. And in that sense, there's a lot of embarrassment that comes out to the artist on that end, where he's always touchy-feely. And nobody wants that. If you're like, you know, shaking or whatever, you're like looking, stop touching people. So I do feel like, especially with the Cassie situation where he's done so much to that girl for 10 years.
Agreed.
Like, come on now. You, like, wasted so much of her time for what? And it's so much where it's like you hurt her, scarred her, trigger her. So that's why that money came. Because he know he did it. So the fact that was hushed up really quickly showed you a lot of, like, okay, this has to be real. Of what he done. So I definitely allegedly believe that he's guilty. And I think about it in that perspective also of, like, how do the kids feel about it and do they know anything, because they've been to the parties, they've experienced their dad going on tour and doing all these things, so they have to know something. I just feel like they've known something, and obviously they're gonna hide it up. That's their dad, especially, like, I feel like Justin, Quincy, and Christian know. And, you know, of course you would protect your own father from any of those situations, but hopefully they realize, like, this is, you know, the justice system hopefully will work. And if y'all partake in that activity, you'll be going down too. That's all I have to say. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Listen, and I think one more thing is that a lot of people, I don't think that a lot of people are shocked that these things are going on about Diddy, because for so many years, even the last decade in his career, like, let's be real, in the last decade in Diddy's career, he's not being known for his music.
That's true.
Like, he's been known for these wild parties that he throws, and him
Carisha.
him being with Carisha in that situation, and even that information that came out in the report about Carisha, and like people thought that they were dating when
they weren't.
Listen, she was there for the money. Okay, let's just put it that way. But
I feel like he was there for using her as a pawn, a display.
You know what? In a way, I agree with that, but I kind of think that, like, I honestly think behind the scenes, she knew what she was getting into. I feel like it wasn't presented to her in such a way that she thinks it's like glitz and glamour. I feel like she knew, like, this is what I'm getting myself into. This is what this man is about. There's something that's in this similar boat where it's called like yacht parties. Have you heard about that? It's where allegedly, where rich and famous people, and by rich and famous people, they'll be like artists. A lot of them will be models. They'll go to these yacht parties where allegedly wealthy men, for the most part, will, for a fee, take one of the ladies. And so there have been many artists that have been allegedly on this. So like, as some models like the Hadid sisters allegedly, Ariana Grande allegedly, Jennifer Aniston allegedly. Like, there are a lot of these different rich and famous people. That's why you may see a lot of models. A lot of times it's models first. Because they'll see, like, you may not see them modeling for a lot of stuff, and you still wonder how they got all this money, but you'll see them on a lot of these yacht parties allegedly. So I think that all of that plays a whole hand into it, and that also goes back into the trafficking situation that he's being, allegedly accused of doing. Like, it's easy to do that when you had this money
and power,
this power for you to have all this stuff happen so quickly. And so that's why, like, especially a dude like him, because his connections are crazy. Right. That's the thing that you have to understand. It is so easy for him to show you, oh yeah, and not even, because this is the thing where, like, his promises don't have to be empty. He could show them ahead of time, here, go to this photo shoot, here, go to this thing, go to this event, go here, have some studio time with X, Y, and Z, to give them the idea that, hey, oh, this person is actually going to help my career go somewhere. And then next thing you know,
you'll be
a video is being made, of some secretly stuff. But you know what? I don't even think it's a secret. I talked about this also with her, is that I don't think these videos that are allegedly out there that he makes with these people are secret. I feel like they are very much aware of the camera that is there. It's just they really would prefer the fame and the fortune. Because I talked about this as well. A lot of people, if you listen to a lot of artists, listen to their stories in their interviews, and a lot of them say that they wish they weren't famous. Right. Because it's easy to think this is how fame is going to be, and then when you have to live through it, it's a very different experience, which is why Diddy is able to prey on the naiveness of these young people and be like, come on in. Yeah, you could have fame and fortune.
Just a little price.
Just come to this party real quick. Just come to this event. Let me fly you out or something. There's a price for it.
It'll sound all sweet and dandy. Then once you sign your life away, that's it.
That's it.
You belong to him.
So any final thoughts about it? What's your final thoughts?
Final thoughts is allegedly he's guilty. That's what I'd say. But I'd leave it up to the court case when that does arrive and partakes. And I'll definitely be watching and staying tuned.
My final thoughts is, everybody, whoever see this video, I know you have dreams, I know you have goals, and I know you have aspirations, but ask yourself, what is the price you're willing to pay to really be famous?
And for the people that say, no, I'd pay for anything, I'd sell myself.
Nope. I dare you, just go on YouTube, watch people's videos. It don't take rocket scientists to understand, like, it's a lot. Like,
multiple people are saying it.
And I'm going to say this. Ooh, and I'm not saying this to victim blame, but what's the name of the girl that Diddy was with for a long time?
Cassie Ventura.
Cassie. There was such a big age difference between them when they first met, right? I know a lot of people be like, oh, you're age shaming. I think, using common sense, there's a very big difference between just the mental stability and just how easy it is for somebody to be persuaded to do X, Y, and Z at a younger age versus at an older age. True. There is no reason, especially because he was popular back then when they first met. So I think in a way, for a person, because I'm just thinking about the person that there's going to be somebody else that's going to come across this road where they're going to be young, presented with somebody that's older than them that has all these different options. And you have to use common sense. Like, you have to look at it and ask yourself, why is this person really wanting me? So that's why I say, like, and I know, like, she was young in a way, but in a way, I don't know. It's kind of the type of thing where I really wish her parents would have warned her of stuff like that, of like people like that. Because even though, like, this is nothing that I'm like going to go into, like, my parents have said a lot of things about this is how life is. You see these people on TV, this is how something is. Like, I think in a way, like, you just have to be aware in our day and age of stuff that's going on. Like, even at school, they give so many different warnings. Watch out, don't go be out at night and stuff like that by yourself. Like, there comes a point as a person that you got to be like, okay, then this deal is too good. Like, I'm with this person, this is too good. Why would this person that's so much older than me, got all this money and all this stuff, want all this stuff? Like, what's going on here? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm just think that there comes a point in this day and age where you just have to be aware. You really do. Like, and it's easy to be like, oh, you're young and you're going to make mistakes. Yeah, that's true. But at some point you have to be old enough. Like, when you turn 21, you got to have some part of your mind that's going to tell you, hey, I got to use common sense because this could lead me down a bad road. This could put me in a situation that's genuinely going to hurt me. This is just me coming from like a logical state of mind. Like, you really have to do that for yourself, for your own safety. Because if you don't, people are getting trafficked every day. People are getting it, and people think that it's like you're gonna walk down the street and then somebody's just gonna come out of a minivan and just snatch you up. But a lot of times it's not like that. A large majority of these people go through these circumstances. They persuade you over time.
They want to know you.
They want to get to know you
for a reason.
And now you end up on the news with these allegations with man like him that do stuff like this. So I think my last closing thought is just, y'all be aware. Be aware of people. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of intentions. And like, know that what is meant for you doesn't have to come fast. Because what's that saying? Fast money
isn't easy.
It's like something to the degree like, the whole moral of it is if you get money quickly, it can go away quickly. And that's the same thing with this. You get famous like this, tomorrow people forget who you are. But then you made all these sacrifices in your morals and your values
to get to where you are.
Just to get to where you are real quick, just so somebody will know you for like 15 minutes.
But our closing statement.
Wrap it on up for us.
Is to don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like this video. If you do have any other opinions or agree with us, disagree with us, always comment down below. Let us know, and we'll love to see those comments, and we'll definitely respond back to each and every one of you. And subscribe to our podcast so we can get our followers up and our subscribers.
That's it. Follow
our other social media platforms. They'll be in the description down below. And like I said, we'll try to get those videos in to insert those clips if we can. If not, we'll you'll see that it's not there.
Yeah, and then you go look it up. Yeah, it's on TikTok
as of now. YouTube,
Twitter. It's X now, but yeah, y'all know what it is. Go look it up.
Yeah, other social media platforms. If not the news, we'll have something, but not But
we'll see. Right, we catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you.